Alright, today I'm going to talk about the Raging Demon, aka Shun Goku Satsu, Instant Hell Murder, whatever you want to call it. There's a lot of misconceptions about this special move of Akuma's, and I think it is misused quite a bit, so hopefully I can clear all that up for you guys and you can have a better Akuma playing experience because of it. The Raging Demon is Akuma's Ultra/Super combo, and much like Ryu and Ken here, it does a fair amount of damage. Everybody in the cast has their own Ultra and Super. It's just that Akuma's varies quite a bit from the rest. Now, some people have fairly useful Ultras, such as Sagat here. He can land in a lot of different situations, and it's fairly easy to pull off, and some people have much less useful Ultras and Supers, such as Guile here. The motion's pretty difficult to pull off, and it's very limited in its use. Akuma falls somewhere in between these two, I'd say. Now, let's whoop C. Viper's ass a little bit to display the Super Meter. The Super Meter is the blue bar at the bottom of the screen. Once it is full, it will flash Super and glow blue, and to gain that meter, you can attack your opponent, as I'm doing here. You can whiff special moves, and you can also be attacked. All these will build the Super Meter. The Revenge Gauge, which is the circular gauge to the left of it, that meter garners your Ultra and can only be built by being attacked or focusing attacks. When it is at 50%, it will start to catch fire, and that's when you know that you can pull off your Ultra combo. Keep in mind that you can build it all the way up to 100% to deal 1.5 times the damage, which is particularly useful in Akuma's case, because, let's be honest, he takes a bunch of damage, and he's probably going to build Ultra Meter fairly fast, so expect to use this quite a bit. There's quite a few ways you can land the demon, but we'll get into that in a bit. Let's talk the inputs first. Jab, jab, back, short, fierce is for the Ultra Demon, and it'll look something like this on the input display. Now we just speed that up, and you have yourself an Ultra Demon. You glow all red, and then you grab a dude, and it gets dark, and then he beats him up, I guess. For the Super, it's pretty much the same. Jab, jab, forward, short, fierce. So the only difference is, instead of back, you do forward. And it'll look something like that. Flashes a little bit faster, there's less hits, less damage. Let's use our Russian friend as an example here. As you can see, Zangief grabs Chun-Li in his Ultra combo, and it is unblockable. It has the properties of a throw. Akuma's is no different. As we can see here, I set El Forte to all block, and he's just not up to it. That's because it's a grab, and throws can't be blocked. Throws beat blocks. There is a very easy way to escape the Ultra Demon, though, and that's by jumping. A lot of the very new players don't seem to understand this, which is why they complain about the Raging Demon. It's very simple to escape it. Now, the Super, on the other hand, is a little bit different in that it's a zero-frame grab, so if they don't jump before the flash, they cannot escape it. That's the advantage of the Super. Now, the Ultra's advantage, as you'll see here, is that it does a ton of damage. That's like 600 damage or something, right? Whereas the Super does a measly 330 damage. And that's not the only advantage the Ultra has. The Ultra also has startup invincibility frames. Now, it only has a couple of them, but it has enough of startup invincibility where that leg can go through Akuma's body but not hit him because you are invincible when the demon starts up. Now, if you were to do this with the Super, you're gonna get kicked pretty much every time, so that's why the Ultra is so good, because of its invincibility. As you can see, pretty much everybody's limbs will go right through Akuma's body, and the same cannot be said about the Super, where this Hurricane Kick is gonna knock his socks off. So know the properties of these demons, and know them well. People love shortcuts. They always want to find an easier way to do something. And luckily for us Street Fighter 4 players, there's plenty of shortcuts. here's the standard 5-input demon. Now, what if we were to combine the last 3 inputs into one? That would be 3 inputs in total. So this would be the 3-input demon, I like to call it. It's pretty simple to do. Jab. Jab. And then back short fears all at the same time. You'll perform an ultra, or if you hit forward it would be a super, but you get the idea. And this is really the basic shortcut for the demon. It's sort of like a stepping stone. You'll discover new ways, or I will even teach you later on, new shortcuts which expand on this idea, such as buffering it into normals. Like this Kara Super, I buffered the demon into an overhead chop with the same 3-input style, or a crouching forward, buffer the demon into that, once again using the same 3 inputs. And that's a fancy technique called a plink, which is actually, I'll consider that 2 inputs, but that's all for later. That's shortcuts. There's only one way to combo into a demon. And let me tell you, that's definitely not it. That's more like it. Now, that was a Crumple Demon, meaning you hit them with a level 2 or level 3 focus attack. It has connected, and then you dash out of the focus, either forward or backward, and you perform the demon input as you so desire. If you don't dash out of the focus, you're going to get this weird thing that happens where you just stand there and nothing happens. I mean, you can try your damnedest to actually do a demon out of it. It will not work. This is actually one of the few instances where I recommend doing just the normal demon input, the 5-input jab jab back short fears or jab jab forward short fears. You can do a super out of it, obviously, but you're going to be missing out on a lot of damage. I think the Focus Crumple Demon is more designed for an ultra, and it's up to you to figure out how to land the focus, but you get the idea. That's pretty much it for part 1, guys. Part 2 is on its way, if not already here, so go check that out, and that'll tell you about more advanced demon strategies. Peace.